Welcome to episode 95 of the Clarity Compressed podcast. And I can't tell you that I almost saved this interview for episode 100 because it's so good. We're talking to a dude in a yellow tuxedo that runs a minor league baseball team, and they're called the Bananas. Clarity can only really exist in the light of truth. Branding just isn't a tactic. It's a lifestyle change.
Today's moment of clarity is that you never really appreciate what you have until you don't have it. This last week, I was traveling 3 days out of the week, and every time I leave, the appreciation for what I have at home, the love of my wife and my kids, it just grows in my heart because when I'm gone, I know I have the love, but I don't have their presence. So a lot of times in life, we don't really appreciate the things that we have until we step away from them for a little bit. So moment of clarity, if you're feeling like you're not appreciating the things you have in your life, try removing some of them and see how it feels and see if you can get your appreciation to grow again. It's the moment of clarity for this week.
I'm so excited for what he's gonna show me. Hurry up and show me Paul's pick.
My pick for this week is actually handwritten thank you cards. This is actually from this week's guest because when we filmed it was about a week ago, and Jesse Cole sent me a handwritten thank you card for having him on the show, along with this really great baseball card. I can't wait till you hear from this guy in just a second. But there's something about a handwritten thank you card that just makes you feel warm and fuzzy inside. You can send an email or a text message or a video, but I guarantee you nothing connects more than the handwritten thank you card. It's old school, it's not used enough, and I think if you want to use it, you're actually going to make a bigger impact. So I can't help but make my pick for this week, handwritten thank you card. This one from this week's guest, Jesse Cole.
Just when I think we couldn't find something more interesting, I was introduced to Jesse Cole. Jesse is, at first glance, okay, a guy in a yellow tuxedo, it might seem a little sensational, a little weird. Let me tell you that he is one of the smartest business people that I've met because he understands that how you make people feel is much more important to your business than what you're selling. He has taken a baseball team that had in Savannah, the Savannah Bananas, that have had very, very low attendance 4 years ago. Several tickets sold, and I mean several, like count them, share a pizza with the audience level, to sold out games, game after game. They have scalpers outside of minor league like this doesn't happen. And why is it? Because he focused on what people really want. He realized he's an entertainment business. He realized that people want to unleash happiness, that they need a reason to laugh and enjoy themselves and have permission to enjoy themselves, and not just for the fans, but also for the players. We get into something that I think we maybe don't talk about enough on this. So it's really great to talk about brand, talk about customer experience, and viewing your business not as the product that you sell, but really the feeling that you generate and the solution and what you actually solve for the person. So please settle in. Make sure you have the time to listen. If you can't watch the whole thing, listen to the audio version because Jesse Cole just brings a lot of very, very unique insight that I think is valuable for every single listener of this podcast. I mean, every single one. Some are a little bit more segmented, every single one. I wanted to save it to episode 100 because it's so good. Yet, alas, it's episode 95. Jesse Cole, owner of the Savannah Bananas. So how do you make people feel is really the success of your business.
You know, we've been fortunate to have people that have that guiding light. And so I think it's going to be very, very clear that if we want to provide the best fan experience in the world, it comes down to how do we make people feel. And we try to map the entire experience from this. So when you're talking about any company, you know, when people first buy from you, what happens? You know, we make sure we send them, if they buy online, we send a video that's the most over-the-top video. Congrats, you just made the best decision of your day. And we have this whole, I mean, it's a wild video. Banana Nana perfectly selects your tickets, places them on a silk pillow, raises them in the air. It's ridiculous. And then everyone in our staff, our whole staff, will call people to thank them. And I'm just so fortunate to see a culture that's, hey, what can we do to thank our fans? And Barry Aldridge, our vice president, started saying one fan a day. 1 fan a day. What can we do? And if we're all reaching 1 fan a day, not to sell anything, not to ask for anything, just to thank them, whether a handwritten letter, whether, we try to think of all these unbelievable marketing techniques, these marketing hacks. Thank your fans.
Right.
Thank your
What's
customers.
the new tactic? What's the new tactic?
Yeah,
How about the thanking them? If you can just be disciplined and do that, game over.
Yeah. Instead of sending a stupid, not a stupid, just instead of sending a text message, do a video. Hey man, I'm thinking about you. Hope you're loving your car right now. Simple things like that just show people that they care. I mean, it's everything.
Connection.
And yeah, 100%. And so those are the things. While it's big attention, that's what we are. It goes down to what's underneath, and that's the heart. And I think whether you're a car dealership or any business, you have to think about what are those things you're doing every day just to tell people that you care.
Great.
And yeah, so that's what we try to focus on. And we'll do events like we had Fansgiving recently, and we had a secret event just for our diehard members. We didn't mass market it. We didn't tell anybody, but we said, hey, we're going to put on an event for you. Food, drinks. We're going to have a first ever Pilgrim game, which didn't make any sense. It was baseball the way it never was. And we had people lined up at the gates at 4:45. The gates opened at 5:30. They were in turkey costumes, Pilgrim costumes. There was even a Native American. And they came and had fun. The event cost us money. It wasn't to make money, but it was just a way to thank them and keep in touch. And I would say dealerships, instead of spending $10,000, $15,000, $25,000 on marketing campaigns, why don't you do an event for the people that love you? Love your customers more than you love your product. It's like, I got this new car in, I got this new product in, I got this. Love your customers. Take care of them.
Take, ask. Right.
Yes. And I think that's a different thing. It's like, hey, we do this marketing campaign. We're going to sell 50 cars. Well, what if you do this campaign where you love the people and they go out and tell everyone, you won't believe what my dealership did.
You know why they don't do it? Because they can't measure it in a 30-day P&L. And that's the scary part. Jesse Cole, please. I know you're already going to do it. You probably already have done it. You got to look him up. You have to check out his book, Find Your Yellow Tux. I mean, the guy's been on every news station because he's making waves by understanding what people want and giving it to them, as opposed to pandering to what the industry that he is in tells him he's supposed to do, right? It's very interesting when people take advice from people who are losing the game. Well, that doesn't seem to be working in my industry, but he's a thought leader and he's an industry expert in that thing that's not working. So I should listen to what he's telling me to do because he's the best of the things that aren't working. Like, why do we do that? It's so easy. It's just the momentum of it. It's the fear of standing out or the fear of trying something different. As usual, thank you for spending some time here with us. A lot of stuff going on. I know you've probably heard about it if you follow along, but if you haven't, the new Brand is Gravity workshop we just released. Again, it's something that we built out of how we lead clients through building a great brand and understanding the people that they're trying to communicate with, staying on brand, crafting great creative. We packaged all of that up into an online workshop that you can do at your own pace, at your own speed. You can do it even on your phone if you want. And it's the very thing that's going to give you the consistency and the ammunition to build a brand in a 2019-2020 world. If you go to brandisgravity.com, we're going to give you some of the modules for free if you just go to brandisgravity.com so you can get a little taste for what you're going to get. I hope you sign up. I hope you find some value in it. And even if you don't, I can't thank you enough for spending some time with me here today. See you next week.
Yeah.